A Rose Whispers by Charles Hanson Towne, 1877 to 1949. I am the flower within her garden close, she cast aside. Ah, had she plucked me, verily, God knows I had not died. I would have fought a battle with strong death and bloomed anew, finding sweet resurrection in her breath the long day through. And had she laid me on her trembling heart, new fire had sprung into my crimson petals every part and made me young. Yea, I for her had lived again, but oh, she passed me by, and now neglected in the night I go, softly to die. Okay, this is a poem by Charles Hanson Towne. He was an American, he was a New York socialite, he was a magazine editor. He was actually born in Kentucky, but went to live in New York when he was very young, or his family did. He became an editor of Cosmopolitan magazine, of Harper's Bazaar, and various other magazines. And he was a New York socialite. So, what's this poem about? Well, this poem is about unrequited love. This is a poem about being in love with somebody who doesn't choose you, who doesn't want to be in love with you, who doesn't think that you are the person made for them. And it's titled A Rose Whispers. And the whole poem is an extended metaphor about a rose that is growing in a garden, and the rose is beautiful, but the rose is not plucked, is not taken by the lady of the garden, it's not chosen. Yes, and this is the metaphor for somebody who the lady does not fall in love with. This is not the person for the rose, and the rose is very sad about this, and it's telling of all the things that the rose would have done had the rose been the lady's lover, the lady's love. I am the flower within her garden close. So I think I'm the flower inside her closed garden, but I am one of her flowers. I am one of the men that she could have fallen in love with. She cast me aside, she threw me aside, she didn't pay any attention to me. Ah, had she plucked me, verily, God knows, I had not died. So all of the ifs are missing here. If she had plucked me, if she had picked me as a flower, I would not have died. Yeah, so if only she had picked me, but she didn't pick me, she didn't break me from the stem and choose me as her rose. She clearly chose another rose. And here, I as a rose, I'm in love with her, I'm part of her garden, but she didn't choose me. I would have fought a battle with strong death and bloomed anew. So, effectively, a rose, when you pick it, when you break it from the stem, then it dies. It's the beginning of death. And this rose is saying that it would have fought a battle against death. It would have continued, and it would have bloomed again. And it would have been strong again. It would have been revitalized, revived by her love, by the fact that the rose had been chosen, and it would have flowered again. finding sweet resurrection in her breath the long day through. So the fact of just her breathing on the rose, her looking at the rose, her being with the rose, would resurrect the rose, would stop the rose from dying as well. So the rose would be brought back to life. And had she lain me on her trembling heart, new fire had sprung into my crimson petals every part, and made me young. So had she picked me, and had she put me upon her heart, so if the flower had been lying on her heart, new fire, new red fire, would have jumped into my crimson, my red petals, in every part of my petals, and that fire would have made me young. So her love would have made me young again, and I would have lived forever. It would have revived and revitalized me. But she didn't choose me. Yea, I for her had lived again. So I would have lived again for her if she had picked me. But oh, she passed me by. She didn't choose me. She didn't fall in love with me. She didn't pick me as a rose. And now, neglected in the night, I go softly to die. And time goes on, and now the flower of the rose is dying, and it hasn't been chosen, and now it is neglected and dies alone in the night. So enough. If you enjoyed the video, give it a rating, subscribe to my channel, and I will see you soon. Bye for now. A Rose Whispers by Hanson Towne.